Hey, how can I help you?
Hi. I have probably the world's #1 Pokemon collection inside this case.
Little figures?
Cards, and they're all Charizards, which is the #1 Pokemon guy.
Okay, hold on 1 second here.
Yes.
Chum,
Yeah?
this guy's got Pokemon cards.
Rick, it's not Pokemon. It's Pokemon.
Okay.
I'm here to sell my Pokemon collection. I got into Pokemon collecting with my sons, and eventually they grew up and went to college, and I never did grow up. So I continued with Pokemon for the last 17 years.
This is pretty cool, man.
Absolutely.
So, Rick, you don't know about Pokemon?
It's like a game like 8-year-old kids play, right?
Basically, each player has a deck of 60 cards, and you battle with your Pokemon by pulling cards out of your deck and getting enough energy points so that you can attack your other player. You win by your opponent not having any Pokemon left. It's really popular. They have whole tournaments where 1,000 people enter, and they have Pokemon battles.
Okay. I really don't understand why Pokemon is such a big deal, but if something like a Beanie Baby can become worth a lot of money, maybe these can too. I just need to know a lot more.
They're pretty cool. Actually, some of them can be worth a lot of money. The millennials love them, Rick.
But millennials don't have any money.
Well, this guy's not a millennial, and he loves them.
Yes.
He played them with his kids. Look at this collection he has.
And my children are millennials now, and they love them.
So these go for a lot of money.
Yes.
What's your most expensive one?
The most expensive card is probably the pristine 10 first edition base Charizard. The card itself is considered the crown jewel of the Pokemon world.
And how much is that worth?
In the range of 50 to 100,000.
Whoa. And people pay that for these.
Yeah, especially now with the new Pokemon craze. I know you heard of the new game out. The new Pokemon game everyone's playing on their phone.
Pokemon Go.
No.
You just walk around until you find one, and then you sling Pokeballs on it. Maybe you need an Ultra Ball.
And you get an Ultra Ball?
I caught one the other day. I had to pull over. I was in my car. It took me 10 minutes to catch him. I literally used like 40 Ultra Balls. I'm not even joking.
Okay. So how much do you want for these things?
I'm looking for right in the area of $500,000.
Do you mind if I have someone look at this?
That's fine.
I'll be right back. This is baffling.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to think right now.
Right.
Pokemon.
It seems to me the one who's going to make the decision really doesn't know what he's looking at. I'm happy that the expert is coming in to educate the fella. He's going to know what these are selling for and the future collectible value of them.
I'm sort of like in a baffled cloud here.
What can I do for you guys today?
He's got Pokemon cards and...
Pokemon.
Okay, so Pokemon cards. And he says they're worth $500,000, and it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, there's a lot of cards here, Rick. So Pokemon started in Japan in '95. Probably about 2000 to 2002 is when it really took off. So that's why these first edition cards are really hard to find, because you still hadn't created like this large market for what it became. And Charizard's like one of the best characters in the game. He's also one of the most collectible characters in the entire Pokeverse. So...
Well, hold on. The Pokeverse.
The Pokeverse, the Pokemon world.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Graded 10s, I believe there's less than 50 PSA 10s in existence. And by looking at this, there's 20% of the market sitting on your counter. I look at this collection and I just can't believe my eyes. There's pristine 10s everywhere. Charizard being one of the top collectible pieces in Pokemon. This is a one-of-a-kind collection.
What do you think this stuff is worth?
So this one here, there's only one of them in existence. There's no other graded a 10. Beckett grades so much harsher than PSA does when it comes to giving their 10 stamp. This card could go 30 to 40,000. Altogether, I'm estimating anywhere from 380 to 390,000 for this collection.
Really? Obviously, this guy's a little upset over Steve's appraisal, but I'm absolutely blown away. Whoever thought that a Pokemon would be worth so much? I can't believe I just said that. These are really, really interesting. I mean, you actually have lots of value here. But my problem with these is if I go to sell them, I can't have any conversation about them because I know absolutely nothing. I don't even know what a Charizard does.
Well, it depends on which one.
Okay, all right, Chum.
Rick, throw him out of offer.
I'm not gonna make an offer. It's out of my skill set completely, 100%. I'm not gonna be able to sell something I don't understand whatsoever.
So I'll make him an offer.
Not with my money. I don't have the knowledge or expertise to sell these things. Thanks for bringing it in.
Thank you.
$380,000 worth of Charizard.
I still don't know the difference between a Pokemon and a Charizard.
Actually, Charizard is a Pokemon. Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna battle it up so I can put another Pokemon in there so no one can take it over.
What are you guys doing?
Don't take any of my Pokemon. Nothing.
Emailing a customer.
What are you guys doing?
Playing Pokemon Go like the rest of the world except you.
Chum, put your phone down.
Look, you should try it. And you just gotta tap it like this to kill the other Pokemon.
Why would I want to kill the other Pokemon?
Because then you could get experience points and you can level up. Just try it. Just tap it like that and see how they're fighting. Now start tapping again. You just did your power move.
Well, this...
You're the best, man.
Hold on. All right, well, this actually moves with me.
Yeah, it moves so you can get exercise.
Well,
Rick,
how-
that's a Pikachu. You gotta get him.
Okay, and I throw the ball at it, right?
Yeah. Don't lose this battle, Rick.
Okay, hold on. No, you know what? Get this on my phone. Get this on my phone. Don't tell Corey.
How can I help you?
Howdy, I came to sell my Pokemon card.
Is this an error card?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, it's obviously an error card, right? The back is blank.
that is right. I'm looking to sell my extremely rare Ghastly Error Pokemon card. It's one of the rarest errors you're probably going to find. Both sides are printed on one side of the card, and the other side's completely blank. Something that definitely should have been caught in quality control. I'm looking to get $4,000 for my Error Ghastly Pokemon card.
So this is actually pretty cool. You know, Pokemon's been around since 1996, but it was, brought here from Japan in 1999. And everyone wanted to collect Pokemon cards, play Pokemon video games, and watch the Pokemon cartoons. And typically, on a Pokemon card, you would have the back of the card, it would look like this Pokemon, and then the front of the card would have been printed right here on this white space, but you can actually see the front of the card was printed right over the back of the card. Can I take it out of the plastic?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I mean, it does feel right. I've played thousands of games of Pokemon and looked at my cards many times, so that is something I do know. Even though it's double printed, you can fully make out the back and you can fully make out the front. So I really, really like that. It's actually pretty cool you have this error. I've never seen one like this. So how did you get this?
So another collector opened a theme deck, and some of the cards inside had this error where they were printed twice on one side and not printed on the back. And I purchased this one from him, and it's been in my collection ever since.
So how much are you looking to get for it?
I think I'd like $4,000 for it.
Okay, that seems like a pretty high price. I don't know if it's too high, but error cards kind of have their own markets, so I need to have someone come down and take a look at it. And first, tell me that it is a authentic Pokemon misprinted card and not just something that someone was able to create on a printer. And also maybe shed some light on what they think the value could be. It could kind of be all over the place with these errors. Should we get him in here and see what he says?
Sounds great.
Give me just a few minutes, I'll be right back.
No worries. So while I'm happy that the card is ghastly, I'm hoping that the offer they make me isn't.
It feels like a good card to me, but
Yeah.
I figured I'd get the pros down here.
Yeah, you got to be careful with some of these cards. I mean, these errors are worth a lot of money, so there's every reason for people to manipulate them. This is an XY Evolutions card printed in 2016. Ghastly, obviously a popular Pokemon type. And, the manufacturing at these printing facilities is very top-notch, and the security is really tight, and they really just look out for things like this. So the fact that this, avoided the fate of getting pulled out of production, that's just a miracle of survival right there.
Because it's not a small error.
No, it's not a small, it's blatantly obvious. That's messed up. Error collecting is something that really blossomed in the last 5-6 years because you can have error cards that are very common from $5 to $10 a piece, all the way up to $100,000 for some of the most rare errors on rarer cards. If you have a really rare card with an error that's really dramatic, then it can be worth a lot of money. So yeah, first off, we want to make sure it's real. So, take a look at it real quick. The intricate details here are just all there. The corners look correct, the cut's correct, everything looks right. Very happy to say that this card is unquestionably real. This is a true rarity right here.
I had no doubt, but it's good to hear you say it.
Yeah, it's a nice item.
What kind of value do you think this has?
I mean, I'd probably be right around $3,000, I think, is a fair value, fair retail value for that era.
I think that's a little bit conservative, but I respect your opinion.
All right, well, his opinion is the one I have to live with. So I thank you for coming down and helping me out here.
Always my pleasure, chum. Take care.
Take care. Thank you.
All right, well, he thinks it's worth about $3,000. I'd be a buyer at $2,000. What do you think?
I think 2,000's a little low. 2,000's half of what I came in here looking for, and while I respect his opinion, I do think it's a little bit conservative.
What about $2,300?
Again, that still feels a little bit off from me, but I'm still willing to compromise if you could go to maybe 2,500.
It's a very unique error card, so I think I'm comfortable at 2,500.
That's awesome.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. Go meet me over at the counter and I'll buy it from you.
That sounds great.
2,500.
Cheers.
Sounds good.
I'm walking home with some cash, so I definitely played this card right.
There's a guy in town I know through a friend who is supposed to have a very extensive Pokémon collection. So I left the event for a bit to go check it out, because I'm trying to catch them all.
Hey, chum. Welcome to Florida.
How you doing?
It's nice to see you.
So, this is insane.
Yeah, here's my vintage sealed collection that spans all the way from 1999 to 2006.
Wow. I knew I was coming to look at this, so I asked Matt Quinn to come down to help me evaluate everything.
That sounds great.
Well, let's have a seat and talk about what you got here until he gets here.
All right.
I know that you only buy from trusted sources, and I know you from the Pokemon community, so I'm not worried about the authenticity of everything here. I just want to have a second set of eyes to help me evaluate this because I'm a little googly-eyed right now.
Fair enough.
I mean, there's a lot of good stuff here. From original base set all the way to EX actually here. Also 4 Japanese boxes, which are really cool. You couldn't get these in America. And then I see a couple Charizards over here. What do we got here? Oh, first edition Charizard. This is where it all started right here, the chase for the Charizard. And then this Charizard looks, let's see. Oh, the Disco Holo test print. So, I mean, this card was basically a test print for this card, and you can see the difference where they decided to go with a different holo pattern that they used.
Yeah, I think there's only maybe 8 in existence that I know about. Wasn't really meant to leave the factory, but somehow it escaped and ended up in my collection. Well, I do want to show you the icing on the cake of my collection.
Oh, I love sweets. Uh-oh.
Inside here, we have Koro Comics Pokemon Illustrator card.
No way. Now, this is actually the holy grail of Pokemon right here. It's like $500,000 card.
Yep.
As far as I understand, the Illustrator was basically given out as a prize to kids who joined an illustrating competition to design a Pokemon card. So a lot of them just probably got misused. But now, in today's market, a 9, I forgot you even have this whole sealed collection here in front of me. Wow. How much are you looking to get for this whole collection?
For the entire collection, I'm looking for about $1.4 million.
Okay, once Matt gets here, I'll have him talk to me about prices and everything.
Absolutely.
Hey, guys.
How you doing, buddy?
Good. Look at this collection. So, Alex, I've heard about your collection, but seeing in person's another thing. This is an impressive collection. I mean, it's mostly sealed. Obviously, you have some really stellar examples of single cards, but these boxes were the ones that were in the comic shops, in those little sports card stores where the kids would go in there and just buy 1 pack out of the box. The display box. So seeing these all sealed intact together like this is very stunning. I mean, these aren't supposed to exist. They were supposed to all be opened up and the product's supposed to be everywhere. Fortunately, people, were wise beyond their years and socked them away, kept them sealed. So you have all these e-reader boxes up here. These are very valuable. Wow, you get a lot of history here.
Obviously, you're familiar with this illustrator he brought in as well.
I have seen this card before. It has, roughly 40 or so known examples, and then high-grade examples are very difficult to find. When it comes to Pokemon, this is the card. This is the pinnacle, the top of the mountain, what every collector aspires to own. So, wow, amazing piece right there.
Now, here's another card you don't see too often. It's the Disco Test Holo Charizard.
Yeah, seeing a prototype example of what would become first edition, that's wild. Yeah, this is really impressive.
All right, well, so what kind of value would we put on this whole collection?
So this entire sealed collection I'm looking at here with the Illustrator and the 2 Charizards, I would say probably 1.2 million.
Well, 1.2 million doesn't seem too far off of 1.4 million, but that is $200,000.
That is a lot of money, yeah.
Rick might literally kill me if I was to spend anywhere close to that today. I am interested in a few of these boxes alone, though. What value would you put on the base set Unlimited?
The Unlimited base set box, I would put about $13,000.
All right, well, thanks for coming down once again, Matt.
Of course, Chum. It's my pleasure, Alex. Always good to see you. Chum, likewise. Beautiful collection.
All right, well, it looks like you got a lot of money worth of Pokemon here. As much as I want to make you an offer on this collection, 1, I don't think you would accept my offer, and 2, I don't think Rick would be very happy with me if you did accept my offer. But how about the Unlimited base set box? Would you take $10,000 for it?
How about 14,000?
How about 11,000?
You know what? Because you're a fan, I'll do that, Chum.
All right, well, one Pokemon fan to another, we got a deal, $11,000. I'll get you that money wired over first thing in the morning. Thank you.
Hey, Chum.
What do you have here?
I got some really cool, unique Pokemon stuff for you.
It's not every day I see an uncut sheet.
2 of them.
Wow, this is pretty cool. Tell me a little bit about these.
So I have 2 uncut sheets of holofoil Pokemon cards from the original base set.
This looks like it would have been a sheet that would have been part of a starter deck. Each of these cards would have been cut and put with 59 other cards. And then it would have made a starter deck that you could actually play the game of Pokemon with. And what's underneath it here?
Underneath here is the starter deck card, Machamp.
Oh, okay. This is really cool. This is the most printed card out of the era of Pokemon right here. So where did you get these?
I got these from another collector. I had to look pretty hard to try to find as unique of a Pokemon collectible as possible.
Most people, when they have these sheets, it's the kind of collector that doesn't let it go very
Correct,
often.
yeah.
Is there a little damage here?
Oh yeah, nothing bad, but it being from 1998, there is some creasing on it.
These are really cool. I'm expecting you want a lot of money for them?
I do. I am asking for $30,000 for each of these uncut sheets.
Okay. Let me have Matt come in and see what he says about that. I just don't see uncut sheets that often.
Right.
So let me give him a text, and he's just outside. I'm sure he could be over here in a minute or 2.
All right. Hey, man.
you?
Good. How are you?
Excellent. What do you have here?
My favorite thing I've seen on the road this far.
This is amazing. Look at this.
Yeah, you don't see him every day. I'm sure you see him more than I do.
I've seen a couple of them here and there.
But there's 2 sheets
Oh,
here.
there's another one down here.
It is the most printed card in Pokemon, I think.
Yeah. It's probably the most prolific Pokemon card that you're ever gonna find from first edition base set. That's the big thing with these sheets is it's worth more as a sheet than it is the sum of its parts. But condition's the most important thing here. Really nice sheet, but I mean, you can see a little bit of scratching here or there. Condition's probably better than most for this particular set. And now we can flip over this one and we'll see the Machamps. This sheet immediately shows a little bit more marks. It's got some hollow scratching here and there. But again, uncut Pokemon sheets are very scarce with the demand getting so much more. I mean, it's just tough to find these.
So what kind of value do you put on these sheets individually?
So for this Machamp sheet here, retail value would be about $5,000.
Okay.
And this sheet is better condition than the other sheet. It's rarer than the other sheet, and it has a lot more things going for it. So retail on this sheet, probably $10,000.
All right, well, I appreciate you coming by. I think he's asking for a little more, but I'm still gonna see if we can work a deal out.
All right, chum.
I appreciate you.
All right, we'll see you. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too.
Well, I would like to buy them both, but for $11,000 for the pair.
It's a reasonable offer after hearing everything, but I think because of how rare they are and because there's almost no one else selling them, the lowest that I would be willing to go for this sheet is probably $20,000.
Okay, what's the lowest you'd go for on the Machamp?
On the Machamp, I would drop it down to probably the 11 that you said for both.
Okay, well, that's a little bit out of the price range for me, but I appreciate you bringing them down. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no problem.
Oh, I hate to see them go.
They are pretty.
Well, if you change your mind before you get to your car, I'll be here.
Yeah, we'll see.
Thank you.
Hey, how's it going?
How we doing, guys?
Good.
I brought you my Call of Legends booster box for you to check out today.
Oh, you love Pokemon cards, Rick. You remember when we had all the Charizards that came in?
Yes. Chum,
Yeah?
this guy's got Pokemon cards.
Rick, it's not Pokemon. It's Pokemon.
I'm looking for right in the area of $500,000.
I'm not gonna make an offer. It's out of my skill set.
So I'll make him an offer.
Not with my money.
One of those just sold for more than $180,000.
Okay, so Pokemon.
Whoa, did you just say it right?
I'm learning.
I'm at the pawn shop today to try to sell my Pokemon Call of Legends booster box. These cards are special because they come from a Pokemon subset and has a lot of rare stuff that people are looking for. So I kept these cards sealed and in good condition because as a Pokemon collector, I knew they were gonna go up in price eventually. I'm looking to get $5,000 for my Pokemon booster box, and this will help me fuel my hobby even further.
It's Pokemon. I know nothing about it, but fortunately you're here. So what is this right here?
This is pretty cool. This is Call of Legends from 2011.
I mean, how many cards do you have here?
36 packs. Each pack has 10 cards in it. So 360 cards.
Most Pokemon sets have more. In this set, they released the legendary Pokemons as shiny Pokemons. So these smaller sets are cool because they do some cooler stuff than they do in the big sets.
Well, I mean, I know these things, they've gone up in price like crazy. Nothing can go up forever. There's sort of a frenzy right now. I mean, like I said, I've seen it a gazillion times. I've seen it with Beanie Babies. I've seen it all kinds of things.
Rick, you already had an opportunity once before with all those Charizards that came into the shop. And I don't want to see you lose another opportunity right here.
So there's 36 packs. How much do these packs go for?
They go for about $120 a pack. That's what you can look and see that they sold for. And you can add $1,000 safely for it being sealed.
So you're telling me I'd get right around $5,300 for it?
Yes, if you sold that today, you could easily get $5,300 for it.
Well, how much do you want for it?
I'll take 5,000.
Well, there'd be no money for me to be made. Okay, I'll give you $3,500 for them.
4,500.
I know nothing about Pokemon. If I can buy them off you and sell them for $5,000 within a month, it's a fair deal for me. So, 4,000, that's all I'm gonna do.
4,000 is fine.
Okay, sweet. Just go right over the counter over there. We'll get you written up.
Sweet, thank you.
Go on out, chum. Kids today, they're all gonna turn out like chum.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. Brought something in for you today. Game Boy Color Pokemon Limited Edition. Brand new, never opened.
Okay. I remember Game Boy coming out. It was every parent's dream if you were taking your kids on a road trip. I can actually remember getting in a fist fight with my brother in the backseat of my parents' car driving from here to California over who was hogging the Game Boy too much.
I'm at the pawn shop today to sell my limited edition Pokemon Game Boy Color. I acquired this one night when me and some buddies went out karaokeing. We stopped by an arcade. My buddy won it for 20 bucks, and I offered him 25 bucks to buy it. I'm asking for $2,000. If I make the sale today, I'm gonna go out and do a little karaoke, sing a little victory song.
I'll be honest with you right from up front. I know almost zero about Pokemon. I have no idea what a Charmander or a Pikachu is at all.
Yeah.
But the original Game Boy was so incredibly popular back in 1990. They sold out of their entire inventory in 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And they really found like a little niche in the handheld video game market. They had the Nintendo DS, and they're still killing it with the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
So what are you looking to do with it?
I'm looking to sell it.
Any idea what you're looking to get out of it?
I think a fair price would probably be about like $2,000.
2,000 bucks? Obviously, it's a limited edition. I know that these game consoles and video games are really collectible right now. And I know that the Pokemon thing is hot, so it seems like it has a lot of things going for it. But I can't make you an offer on something I don't know anything about. Do you mind letting me get a buddy down here to take a look at it?
No, not at all.
So hang out, I'll be back in a little bit, okay?
Okay. I think it's good that they're bringing in the expert. I'm hoping he tells me it's worth a lot more than the $2,000 asking price.
Hey, what's up, Dennis?
Hey,
how you
how's
doing?
it going? Hey, how are you?
Hey, good.
Game Boy Color limited edition Pokemon.
Yeah, I am very familiar with this. This is right up my alley as a collector.
So here's the deal, man. I don't know anything about Pokemon, and I think the last time I held a Game Boy in my hands, I was 11 years old.
Well, Pokemon's on fire. We're having another resurgence, just like back in 1999 when the cards came out. I'm sure you remember everyone was trying to get their hands on them. And Pokemon is, I believe it's the largest multimedia franchise in the world. This particular system came out, I believe, in 2001, and it was just a different kind of colored Game Boy console with Pikachu and Pichu on the decal. They released this system alongside the second generation of Pokemon, so they introduced like 100 new Pokemon.
Okay, so what are these kind of things going for?
Pokemon, especially the cards, have been on fire. There are Charizard cards that are going for literally 6 figures now. And even the games themselves, the original ones, are going for upwards of 5 figures depending on the condition. Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Oh, no, be my guest.
All right. So this does look to be unopened, indeed, but unfortunately, it's definitely got some flaws, as I'm sure you noticed. You got a crushed corner, you got a bunch of indents, and the worst of all is this sort of puncture in the actual box. I would by no means call this mint. It being sealed definitely, obviously, is a bonus. It's going to increase the value a lot.
So what's it worth?
I would estimate that based on the condition, this would probably be worth $1,200 or so. Would be fair.
All right, well, I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. Good luck.
Thanks for coming down.
Thanks.
All right, so you heard everything, like I said. We're talking about $1,200 retail. I personally have a huge fear that we are in a video game bubble right now. I'd offer you about $300 for it.
I mean, it's definitely hoping to get a bit more. What about like 700?
How about 4? I really don't have much more room than that.
Oh, yeah, we can do the 4.
Okay, go right around that corner and sell them right up.
All right. He was definitely a tough negotiator, but I got $400, and now it's karaoke time.